Okay, I said I was going to treat the videos I make on this channel, which has not yet identified itself because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm talking about trauma. I've just woken up from a night terror. People who suffer from complex post-traumatic stress disorder will know what I'm talking about. It is when you wake up, it's like a Russian doll. If anybody knows what Russian dolls are like, big one, small, right down to the tiniest. You've got to go through sometimes 5 nightmares until you wake up screaming and panicking. I've just had one of them because at the moment the situation and with my family situation is really difficult. You say, why she got lipstick and blusher on? Because I'm broadcasting. And within my trauma, I'm still someone who used to be a journalist, who used to be a broadcaster, who used to be a community developer, who used to be a senior editor on HarperCollins, who is a poet, who is about to be published, who is a writer, and who has a lot of other skill sets. So I got up and dusted myself down from the tears and the trauma, and I went and brushed my teeth, and I put on blusher. Not really blusher. I actually just went like that with lipstick and put that on. And I'm coming on here to broadcast. And I'm realising that the previous broadcasts I've made haven't really captured me. They've cut my head off and all the rest of it. Some people might think, fuck, don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. Anyway, point being, this is trauma night terrors. It's taken me half an hour to wake up from mine, make a cup of tea, take my medication, settle down, and know I'm going to come on here and make a video about night terrors. If you haven't experienced night terrors, I wouldn't wish it on you. If you haven't experienced panic attacks to the point where your son is having to sit beside you, hold your hand and attempting to tell you how to breathe as the people on 24, whatever it is you got to go through the emergency phone number, are asking him to help his mother how to breathe herself out of panic. Now that's a panic attack that you get the paramedics coming to your house for. If you haven't reacted instantly to what someone has said in a belligerent and angry way, you don't have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. You might just be an angry person. My anger is fear. I have worked enough with trauma to realise that behind every... Oh, we get belligerent. People with trauma issues get belligerent. That's why they stay away from the world. And my agoraphobia is partly because I cannot handle people, because invariably they'll say something. I'll find it stupid, banal or inappropriate, and I will then start a fight, and I don't want to do that. Plus the fact I've put on 2 stones during the pandemic in vain. And I'm trying to lose that 2 stones. I'm trying to get a grip of my mental health again, and I'm trying to lose 2 stones so that I can once again embrace the world. Because I went through things before like this and I lost 10 stones. I got out of a wheelchair. I got over agoraphobia. I got over the drugs I was on, the prescription drugs I was on. I had a life back, and lo and behold hits the panic. And I took 2 years before I fell foul to it, and that was because of issues to dealing with my son, who, as I said, he and I can't really get together because his trauma and belligerence, he's a trauma-impacted person, and so am I. So our belligerencies rub badly together. And until he realises that, and himself, because he's had losses, and I know he's had losses, and I've had losses, I can only really be around people who understand trauma. That probably includes the whole world, if they're honest. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is part of the diary I said I was going to make. It's taking me half an hour. If you suffer from night terrors and you're not on medication, I'd advise you to go to your herbalist and get valerian. Valerian's a calmer dooner. The other calmer dooners you can get from herbalists are Brahmi, Brahimi. There's another one. There's another couple I want to give you. I want to give you wild lettuce, brahmi, skullcap, ashwagandha. These are 3 of nature's calmers dinners that I'm trying to get off of the medication the doctor's given me for, because I do not want to be on tablets. I'll always have to be on some kind of antidepressants, so we're not messing about with that. Because my moods, everything, what I went through having a child and his father was torture, and then my life with him was torture. Not him, I loved him to death and I still do, even although we're not talking just now because he's trauma impacted and so am I, and we were both belligerent, like too much to each other and we just couldn't be together. That happens. But no, I've been through trauma since I was 4 years of age. I'm a veteran in this gig. It's only now, after we had trauma therapists in this country in 2017, so I was able to see one in 2018, that I worked myself up. I got lost to 10 stones, got out the wheelchair, got myself over agoraphobia myself, took it out for a life-saving knee joint operation. That's why I've also posted that my son and I were out cycling. That was on my bucket list. The next thing that's on my bucket list is I want my son and I to go cycling for my 63rd birthday that's coming up in July. He'll probably go, I'll never speak to her again after what she's done. She's just went with a YouTube channel because I've done it. No, he should really be saying, quite proud of her actually. She fought a fire with fire. He used to tell me fight fire with fire. And I first thought, he's made a video I'm going to try to upload because it's very relevant for students, anybody who's got a kid or anybody who's a student. Try to think of what I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this Trauma Night Terrors. And I'm going to share it as wide as I can, because it's taken me an hour to have one. Don't know how long it took me to get out of it. As in, the actual night terror. Probably about half an hour. And it's taken me an hour, cup of tea, calm down, take the tinctures, do a bit of meditation to come on and do this video. So this video is going to be called Trauma Night Terrors. Okay.